So I want to make this video in response to Brandon Cude's comment regarding the Fusion Center. He made a video showing that there is a place called Fusion Center that monitors threats, national threats, terrorists, people like that. And he took a segment out of my video of me saying there's no such thing as Fusion Center, but then he forgot to include the other part, which it has me talking about how there's no Fusion Center for targeted individuals. And when I say Fusion Center, I'm only referring to specifically target individuals related Fusion Center. So I just want to make a comment to that. And when I said there's no Fusion Center, I'm talking specifically in regards to targeted individuals. Yes, there is a Fusion Center for other national threats and other dangerous people, terrorists. But I know TIs are not dangerous people. We're just frustrated. And there's no Fusion Center that sends people to come follow us or send planes to fly over us. That Fusion Center have nothing to do with gang stalking, have nothing to do with targeted individuals. So with that being said, I'm here in SF taking a break. It's my day off, so I figure, why not do a live stream of this beautiful scene right now? So I don't have much to talk about today, other than to just take a break from everything. And I think you targeted individuals out there need to take a break as well. Don't think about gang stalking every single day. Thinking about gang stalking every single day is not going to help you. It's going to frustrate you because you want answers, but there is no answers. Not the way that you want answer to be provided to you. So just take it easy. Things will change. Just hang in there. Take it slow. It's important to take things slow. Don't let these gang stalkers frustrate you. And if you feel like slapping them around, you can. I made a video on that. And your Dumpster Stain Gang Stalkers don't like me because I'm teaching TIs how to slap them. Look at that church. I like that church. That church is beautiful. See that? There's Alcatraz. I'm out here, I'm on my electric unicycle. Just out here cruising, just cruising, relaxing, hanging out. That's the Transamerica building. Oh, right here, Transamerica building. And that's the Bay Bridge. I don't know if I can see Golden Gate Bridge from here. Dumpster Stain Gang Stalkers. Yeah, so if anybody got some questions to ask me, go ahead and just comment. You know, I was watching Conspiracy Underground's channel, and he was talking about the possibility of spirits and aliens, and that put a smile to my face because it shows me that he's coming around, and it also means it's a positive sign because I think TIs are starting to turn things around. Notice how, well, at least for me, I noticed the few content creators that I follow, it seems like their targeting is have gotten less. So I think it's because after 2 years of watching other people's videos and learning from each other, that we all have gotten better and starting to realize that, we got to take life easier and not be stressed out by these dumpster stain gang stalkers every day. A lot of these stress is just self-inflicted. A lot of it are just ideas and thoughts induced into our heads. But when you slow down and analyze the situation, you'll realize it's easier to just not be so serious or overly sensitive. If that makes any sense. But soon enough, comes April, I will show all of you the faces of your dumpster stain gang stalkers. Don't be fooled by your gang stalkers. They are dumpster stains. Evil. Tell you right now, they mess with the TIs, and when the day comes, they will show themselves and try to pretend to be your savior. That's their tactic. Because think about it. The community do not know who these gang stalkers are. So they are messing with you. But when the time comes, they'll stop messing with you and they'll show up into your life and pretend to be your savior when the entire time they were the one messing with you. Because you have no idea who they are. So you have no way of knowing that they were the gang stalkers. They've been doing that for a long time. I'll also tell you something. They are the one that murdered Jesus Christ. They are the one responsible for murdering Jesus Christ. They are masters at playing good guy, bad guys. They'll play a good guy, and they'll also betray you, or betray the TI. They can't be trusted. I will go into details later, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it's up to you. I can't prove it, but it makes sense. And that's all we can do, right? When it comes to theories, it's just, does it make sense? Can we prove that? No, because Jesus Christ's been dead for a long time. But my theory makes sense, and I will explain it very soon. These dumpster stains cause all the wars in history. I hope by now you realize that these gang stalkers have been around for a long time. You have to come to realization that we're dealing with something that's different from humans. You can call them AI, you can call them aliens. I call them spirits. Technically, spirits in itself is like an alien, if you think about it. Right? Spirits don't have a body. So, in itself, it's like an alien. I mean, just look up into the sky at night. You look up into the sky, there's space, it is huge. And the Webb telescope able to capture these beautiful pictures showing just a little grain of sand, okay, part of the sky. It's hard to imagine that we are the only intelligence out there. Hey, Obi. Yeah, it is like a supercomputer. It is like a supercomputer, and they're definitely intelligent. And let me tell you, Obi, they're big. Like big as in galaxy size big. Yeah, there's a hologram to it too. You're right. See what's fascinating right now? I can't decide if we are living in a hologram or if these things are holograms and they just came to Earth. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of tricks us into thinking we're in a hologram. But in reality, they are just different type of entity in the universe. Does that make sense? But these Dumpster Stain Gang Stalkers, they come in all sizes. And they can be huge. Galaxy size, huge. I know, it's kind of crazy to wrap your mind around it. But those giant ones are not, I wouldn't say they are the concern of TIs. The one that are concerned is more human size. Because the bigger they are, the smaller we get. And I don't believe we are interesting enough to it. It's like, you know, when you see a bunch of ants, you're not gonna care for it very much. But you'll definitely care if you see like a mountain lion, because it's similar size as a human. And we're just like ants to those giant entities. Not talking about giants as in the ones we believe, 10-foot tall giants. I'm talking about giant entities as in they don't have a physical body, but then they're huge. They're a giant, large entity that's bigger than galaxies, bigger than planets. Just the idea, think about it. How do you think all the planets stay in place? How is the moon facing planet Earth? It doesn't spin, but it rotates around Earth. Like, what is keeping it in place? I don't believe in, oh, because of this gravity of Earth is so perfect that the moon never ever once spin at all. I mean, just it's not possible. There's something specifically keeping it there. Okay, Judy, what do you think about us creating our own reality? That all is one and there is nothing outside of ourselves. Essentially, the quantum theory. Well, I believe we make our own reality inside our mind in a way, because whatever's in our mind, we actually project it out into the world. So, for instance, if I believe there's no such thing as negativity, then I'll be walking around as a super happy person. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, you can make your own reality, but then there's limits to it. It only gets us so far. And it's a good question. I mean, it's one of those questions that it's hard to solve it or prove it, but it's good to talk about it, and it's all about if it makes sense or not. So there's a lot of way to go about it. What do you think? Like lately I've been watching videos on dimensions, and I think there are, well, currently people, or the scientific community, believe that time is in the fourth dimension, and I believe time is actually in all dimensions. So the common belief is that the first dimension is a line, or a point, or a line. And I think the first dimension is just darkness, just complete darkness. Or, you know what, I would call that zero dimension. And then the first dimension would be light. Kind of like zeros and ones. Zero is dark, one is light. I believe those are the first. Zero is darkness, and the first dimension is light. And it goes from there. And I think time is in every one of those dimensions, because for it to exist, there has to be time. Even for the creator of the universe, when the creator of the universe is creating the universe, well, that is also time in itself. The creator might not see it as time, because let's say the creator is immortal, so time really doesn't do much. Has no meaning because the creator is immortal, but it still can't just say there's no such thing as time, because time will still be there regardless the creator see it as of significant or not. And the creator of the creator, well, it also needs time to create the creator, so time is already there. So at the very least, the most powerful can only exist at the same level with time. So it's almost like time in itself is the ultimate place. Like time is, it's been there since the beginning. Like time is always comes first. It's almost like time is the creator in a way, in a sense. And there's this thing about space-time. So yeah, so when there's space, there's time. So I do see possible that space-time is one of the same. Because can time come before space? In a way, I guess it could, because time is not like time is like on another level. It's not even, it's hard to say, it's not even like a dimension. It's just like it's like a consciousness or something. Because I guess there could be time before space, and then space come along. But it's one of those topics that just can't really prove it. It's just all talk. I mean, it's beyond us. But it's interesting to talk about. Judy, I feel like everything, your consciousness, my consciousness, the birds, the trees, everything conceivable is one. Yeah, definitely there's a consciousness. And like I was saying, these entities are huge. So don't be surprised when I show you that we are living inside these entities. We're actually living inside these entities. And our gang stalkers, our Dumpster Stain Gang Stalkers also live inside these entities. So it's very possible our consciousness on this planet all come from these entities. And when I say entities, they are aliens. They are not the traditional aliens with, big heads and big eyes. No, these are aliens we can't see with our own eyes. At least not humans. But they can show themselves if they want to. They can definitely show themselves. And they've been here all along. It's very possible that, well, I'm pretty confident to say they've been here before humans. I mean, why do you think there's Rh negative blood type? And the scientific community do not know where this come from. I think it's very possible the Rh negative blood type is the first blood type on this planet. Because the Rh negative blood can actually go into the positive blood, but the positive blood can't go into the Rh negative blood. Well, it's just a theory. I don't know. I can't prove it. So what a beautiful day in San Francisco. Yeah, I like that church. That church is nice. Now the quality's not that great. The camera quality, that is. Well, I think I'm going to end the live stream now. It was fun. I just want to take a break from gang stalking and show you guys something different. I'm out here on my electric unicycle. Notice the electric mist? You see the electric mist? See, electric mist. See that? Notice that greatest tint? Electric mist. It's everywhere. So you can see in the distance, look at the mountains. Electric mist. You see it behind, oh. See that mountain in the distance? See that grayish tint? Electric mist. It is everywhere. Like I said, if I was standing over there on the other side of the bay, looking into SF, I would see electric mist all over this area. Where I'm standing at, that is. I'm feeling okay right now. But my experience, I noticed those EMF get strong out in towns and away from cities. But that could just be me. But I'm feeling okay right now. I don't feel any heaviness or attacks. I mean, my Dumpster Stain Gang Stalkers are next to me. But I slap them around every day, so they don't really do much like they used to. Maybe I should make a video on that, showing you guys some of the funny things I do to slap my Dumpster Stain Gang Stalkers. If you want to know more about it, go watch video number 36, where I talked about how to slap your gang stalkers in the True Truth of Gang Stalking series. Well, thank you, Judy. Yeah, just by chance. I know it's a tough thing, but just by chance, where I live, oh, okay, I gotta change the camera. How do I change the camera? Where I live where I live out in the countryside, so it's like, it helped me battle these Dumpster Stain Gang Stalkers better than most TIs, because a lot of TIs live in apartments, and when you live in apartments, it's tough. It's tough to deal with this, because whenever you hear some noise outside, the TI would go outside, and most likely there'll be a neighbor. So naturally, the TI is going to buy into the idea that, oh, that neighbor is the gang stalker. That neighbor is the one doing all the verbal harassment. And once the TI buy into that idea, it becomes a seed. And when it's a seed in the TI's mind, it's hard to get it out. Especially if the TI keep living in the same apartment complex and keep seeing the same neighbors, and the Dumpster Stain Gang Stalkers kept making that TI believe it's those neighbors. So it makes the TI even harder to get out of that mindset. So luckily for me, I don't have neighbors. So whenever something was happening, I would always have a view of outside through my cameras, or I'm ready to go outside and confront whoever's out there. So after doing that for a long time, there was no one there, and that in itself, knowing that something strange is happening and no one's there, it changes everything for me, compared to a TI that's living with neighbors and going outside and seeing neighbors out there and believing it's the neighbors. So can you imagine those two different lifestyles? And that's why I believe I'm able to discover a lot of these different things because of my living situation. So if that makes sense, then that's basically why I handle the situation better than most TI, because I don't have neighbors and I can experiment with different things. I have my demon whistle. I'll blast that thing anytime I want. So whenever I get stressed out by my gang stalkers, I'll just turn on my demon whistle and they'll all shut up. So that's also what helped me, is by having the privacy, living where I'm living. And most TIs don't have that privilege. Even if you don't have neighbors directly next to you, even having neighbors 50 feet from your home is still too close. I'm like 200 yards away from my nearest neighbor, so that makes a huge difference. I mean, when I first moved there, I would shoot my guns, I would shoot my guns in the middle of the night. That's how much freedom I have living there. But for most TIs, they can't do that. They can't just go outside onto the property and start shooting their guns. So just having that lifestyle changes everything. If that makes any sense. How do I pull my chat back up? I'm on my electric unicycle, by the way. See? No, I don't live in SF, but I come to SF a lot because I like SF, and just a cool place. I'll come up here and come out with my family, my wife and my kid, and just hang out, go to a museum or something. I live like a few hours away from here. So driving out here takes a while, but then that's why whenever I come out here, I'll just rent a hotel and spend the night. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to go, guys. My battery is low on this thing, so I have to end the live stream now. Sorry about that. Let's see the question. I face being unlawfully homeless in UK by a housing company whom are gang stalking me. Oh, wow, that's a tough spot to be in. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know how else to help you. But the gang stalkers, they can definitely, see what they can do is they can manipulate people's mind. So the gang stalkers got on your property manager's mind, okay, and induced answers into the property manager's head. Most likely answers that are against what you want. So for instance, you try to explain something, but the property manager's not caring or paying attention, or act like was listening to you explain your story, but then not giving a damn, That's because the gang stalkers are on or inside their head, either sending direct answers to answer you or make them lose focus, so they're not really paying attention to what you're saying. Does that make sense? So yes, that's the Dumpster Stain Gang Stalkers can do that to people you interact with. Absolutely, they can do that. That's why they're dumpster stains. Now, if your property manager, okay, whoever's like in charge of your case, they already kind of like, a negative person, then it'll be very easy for the gang stalkers to get into their head and play that devil's advocate against you. So that's why gang stalkers are dumpster stains. And sorry to hear that about your situation. I hope you get into a better spot in your life. And yeah, sorry to hear that, but hopefully you can find yourself a better housing soon. But yeah, I gotta go. My battery's in one bar, so I'm gonna have to end the live stream. Sorry if I missed your comment. Have a nice day, everybody. Stream Hong signing out.